everyone. Welcome to another exciting session of the Young and Dynamic. My name is Tawanga Mugwanyi, also known as Benny the Hustler, and I'm going to be your host for today. Dynamites from Burundi, Lesotho, Kenya, and everyone else that I may not have mentioned, you are very welcome. We love you and we appreciate you. You are a very wonderful group of people, and we are so excited to have you on the platform. And of course, our HLF and Delta staff, you're welcome. Special mention to our executives. Without wasting much of our time, let me take you through the housekeeping rules. Always make sure that you have a notebook and a pen, or just someone else secure enough to take down important notes from the session. I'd also like to remind you to ensure your gadget is on mute at all times, unless you are asked to speak by the facilitators. In case you're leaving the meeting briefly, kindly switch off your camera and then switch it on when you're back. Feel free to make use of the chat box, any comments, any questions that we have. We have a team that is going through the chat box and your questions will be addressed accordingly. Without wasting much of your time, allow me to give this opportunity to Tswaki, who is going to lead us in prayer. Over to you, Tswaki.
Good afternoon, family. I'm your prayer leader today. My name is Tswaki Magwala from Lesotho. I would like to start a prayer. Dear Lord, I would like to welcome you to the session today, Lord. Help us through it and help us understand everything that we're going to learn today. And Lord, we'd love to thank you for the year you've given us. Everything we've learned about it, every challenge and every predicament situation that you overcame. Thank you, Lord, for everything you've done for us. And Lord, most importantly, I would like to thank you for the most good health that we have for our families and for our friends. Thank you, Lord, for having us, for leading us, and everything you've done for us. And Lord, I would like you to help us into this coming year of 2023. Guide us, Lord, and help us live each day for your love and God-conscious way. Thank you, Lord, for everything. Amen.
Amen and amen. Thank you very much, Tswaki. That was a wonderful prayer. At this moment in time, I would like to wish Maya Sinakwadi a happy birthday. She's one of our governors. We really appreciate you, ma'am. Thank you for everything that you do. And another thing, guys, thank you very much for voting for Tawanga Benioda Mugwanyi. Yes, I am Tawanga Benioda Mugwanyi. We won the Climate Activism Award, People's Choice Award for 2022 from the Ignite Youth Awards. Words cannot be able to express the joy that I have in my heart for you guys, the support that you gave me and everything. Thank you very much. I really appreciate. Today, we have a very, very special session with our very special guest. Allow me to welcome Mrs. M, as she's going to take us through goal setting.
Do you write New Year resolutions and never follow through? Have you struggled to put pen to paper and actually actualize your goals? If it sounds like you have come to the right place. Welcome to the ABCs of Goal Setting. My name is Titi Masiwa. I have helped multi-million-dollar companies actualize their goals. More importantly, I have trained hundreds and thousands of young people to help them set their goals and put them on the path of success. For the next 8 weeks, I'll be letting you in on the ABCs of goal setting using Zig Ziglar's 7 areas of success for life. These areas include career, financial, social, family, physical, mental, spiritual. To be successful in life, we need to be balanced in each one of these areas. Each week, I will focus on one of these areas, posting videos on Facebook, Instagram, and Sasai. I will also be hosting question and answers, Zoom workshops, and many other events to help your dreams become a reality. So look forward to amazing guest appearances. It's going to be a fun and very exciting journey to help you live the best of your life. Why am I doing this, you may ask? I'm doing my part to help you, the next generation, become the best that you can be. Like Zig Ziglar said, you were born to win. But to be a winner, you have to plan. You must prepare and expect to win. So tomorrow, we are going to start the first step in goal setting, which is dreaming. So get ready to dream big. Have you ever wondered why your New Year resolutions don't work? Research shows that only 8% of the people actually stick to the goals that they set at New Year. So if you've struggled to keep to the new goals that you have set for 2021, you are not alone. I believe that many people's New Year resolutions don't work because they are detached from dreaming. Dreaming is an important step in the ideation process. It gets your creative juices flowing. It's important to understand that the dreaming phase in goal setting is the most important. You can have hundreds of dreams, from walking on the moon to running a marathon to knitting a scarf. Your dreams are the doorway to unlocking your mind. And unlocking your mind will put you in a headspace to unlocking your goals. Once you conquer the dreaming phase, then you'll be on the journey to conquering and achieving your goals. Make sure that you're not focusing just on one thing. Try to dream about your career, your family, your health, your social life, your spirituality, your mental health. All of the world's most brilliant innovations started as a dream. First, let's start by putting pen to paper. So over the next few days, I challenge you to write at least 50 of your dreams, whether they are big or small. Unleash your imagination. I want you to grab a piece of paper right now and start writing those dreams down. Be as descriptive as possible and try to picture that moment when that dream becomes true. Maybe you want to win an Oscar. Okay, for which category? Now picture what you'll be wearing and the things that you're going to say for that acceptance speech.
Thank you to the Academy for this incredible recognition.
Maybe you dream of opening an architectural firm. Now flesh it out. How many employees do you plan to have? Picture the logo. Picture the clients that you're going to have. Often goal setting can feel monotonous and repetitive. That's why it's so important to let your imagination run wild before you start setting those concrete goals. Putting pen to paper is going to be so crucial in this journey. So getting a journal where you write down your goals is going to be extremely essential. That way you'll be able to hold yourself accountable. So join me next time where we're going to be talking about how to turn those dreams into actual goals. See you next time. Now that you've become masters of dreaming, it's time to take those dreams through the practicality test. So you'll separate your goals and your dreams during this part of the process. There's an important distinction between dreams and goals. Our goals are those dreams we can realistically act upon. You may be a nurse who dreams of going to space, or you may be a bus driver who dreams of going on stage with Beyonce. While these may be amazing dreams, they just may not be practical. So let's do it together. Look at the list of the 50 dreams that you wrote down. We are going to subdivide them into 7 categories. We are going to use Zig Ziglar's model where he identifies 7 areas in life. These are financial, social, family, spiritual, career, mental, physical. Make sure that you have at least 5 dreams in each one of these 7 categories. Many times young people only plan one or two categories like finances and career. They sometimes find areas they may not find so important and tend to ignore things like spirituality and family. But it's important to have dreams in all of the 7 areas. This week, we'll be helping you workshop your career goals. So make sure that you have at least 5 career dreams ready. We'll help you turn career dreams that may be so far away into achievable goals. We'll be going through the practicality test in the next few weeks and in much more detail. But for now, let's talk about how we can make your goals more specific. So to start, take your 5 career dreams. We will be helping you to turn these dreams into goals during the course of this week. Look at the first dream and ask yourself, who, what, when, where, why? Who is involved? What do I want to accomplish? Where will this be achieved? When do I want to achieve this goal? Why do I want to achieve this goal? So here's an example. If your dream is to become a New York Times best-selling author, you might turn your dream into a goal by saying, I want to write a mystery novel in the next 2 years and find a publisher in my city in order to become an author. So here's a challenge for today. Go through each of the 5 dreams that you have picked. Then try to apply the 5 W's to check if each one of those goals is specific. If you can't do the 5 W's, the who, the what, the when, the where, the why, however extraordinary that dream might be, it's going to stay in dreamland. And that's okay. Part of being smart about your goals is to know when a dream needs to remain a dream. In the next video, we are going to help you to split your goals into short-term, medium-term, and long-term. So make sure that you have 5 specific career goals to work with. Now that you've made specific goals, it's now time to split them into long-term, medium-term, and short-term goals. The reason why we create time frames around goals is to ensure that you have time to achieve them. Short-term goals should be 12 to 24 months, medium-term goals 3 to 5 years, and long-term goals 10 years or more. For example, your short-term goal might be to get good grades in your final year exams. A medium-term goal might be to get a bachelor's degree, and a long-term goal might be to get a PhD. Now, without achieving the short-term goal, you cannot get to the medium-term goal or to the long-term goal. So, pull out those career goals that we've been working on, and let's learn how to split them into long-term, medium-term, and short-term goals. So let's get back to the example that we used the last time. Your dream is to become a New York Times best-selling author, and you have made it a specific goal by saying you want to write a book and have it published. Your short-term goal is to write a book. You can achieve this in 12 to 24 months. Now, your medium-term goal might be to work with a publisher and to turn your book into a series. This should be accomplished between 3 to 5 years. Lastly, your long-term goal is that place where you want to eventually be, a best-selling mystery author who has sold more than 1 million copies. Short-term and medium-term goals are made up of actions and commitments. These will put you on a path to achieving your long-term goals which are beyond your wildest dreams. As Zig Ziglar says, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Now, let's talk social goals. Many people ignore the personal and social area of their lives, but it is just as important as any area. It's important to connect with people and activities that bring joy. Social goals should bring you joy. As Zig Ziglar says, happiness, like money, is as a result of what you do. Happiness is not a when or where, it is a now and a here. Your social goals should have synergy with other goals from other areas of your life. It is vital to understand that different areas of your life might require more focus than other areas for just a season. For example, if you want to get married, your time will be focused on social at the expense of any other area. Once you're married, it is important to shift focus to all those other areas that you have neglected. One way to make space for social goals is having hobbies. Do you have hobbies that bring you joy or give you something to look forward to? For example, baking could be one of those things that bring you such joy. Maybe one day you'll take it from being a hobby and start a business selling cakes, and maybe you won't. But it is something you invest your time in because you enjoy it. And sometimes social goals can help you find your true passion, especially if you don't have a passion for the career that you are in. Do you make space for activities that bring enjoyment into your day? And what about your relationships? Do you have at least 3 people you can talk to about important life issues? Do you know who you hang around is who you become? Have you heard the saying that you are the average of the 5 people that you spend most of your time with? It simply means you need to hang around like-minded people. A great way to meet new people and achieve your social goals could be by volunteering and helping those who are less fortunate than yourself. This could help you to meet like-minded people and could grow into fulfilling friendships. As you pursue your personal goals, it is important that you help humanity and your community by helping make the world a better place. And this includes making an impact, positively affecting lives, and protecting nature. Remember, making goals all about you can become repetitive and also result in you losing motivation. Doing something that is outside of yourself gives satisfaction and can spill over to other areas that you might be struggling with. Zig Ziglar once said, making family a top priority will invariably bring success. Family is the foundational area in the 7 areas of life. The way we approach our individual families informs the way we interact with everybody else in our lives. So it's important to set goals in maintaining our family relationships. You may be wondering, what does it mean to set family goals? Family goals are deliberate commitments and choices you make. For example, I have a family group chat where I check in with my children. I get updates on what they're up to when we are not together. You could set a goal to check in with your loved ones at least once a week, or set aside time at Christmas that's dedicated to doing fun activities with your family. Family goals often intersect with social goals. When my children were young, I always made time to go and watch their sports games. It was a goal I set for myself to show interest in what they were up to. On weekends, I would attend hockey matches, netball practices, and drive them to squash lessons. I was making a lot of time for family, but I had no time to set social goals. One day, I struck a conversation with one of the moms at my daughter's netball match and found that we shared so many common interests. We kept in touch and ended up becoming lifelong friends. By making a friend at my daughter's netball match, I was able to carve out time for myself while at the same time maintaining family goals. I merged my family goals with my social goals. Your personal growth depends on making conscious choices that will bring happiness and exhilaration into your personal life. Making time to have fun boosts your mood, it boosts your energy, it prevents stress, and even helps you sleep better. Next time, we'll workshop some examples of family and social goals.
That was lovely. I learned a lot. Feel free to share what you learned. We're still learning in the chat box. There's a team which will be going through your comments, questions, whatever that you have, that you learned from Mrs. M. And I think the favorite quote that I got from Mrs. M was when Zig Ziglar said, you don't have to start to be great, but you don't have to start to be great, but you have to start to be great. Something like that. Over to you, Mr. Tondoi.
Thank you so much, Benuda. Interesting. What an interesting conversation on goal setting that we've just had with Mrs. M. I was listening carefully and trying to understand how best I can set my goals. And there are a few takeaways that I got from Mrs. M's sharing. She said, according to Zig Ziglar, you were born to win, but you have to plan to win. So for me, the key takeaway is goal setting is the way of life. You can't do anything which you haven't properly planned. And for me, it's like you can't manage anything that you are not measuring how best you are performing on that area. So you have to set goals so that you can perfectly measure yourself. So that's interesting. So I'm just coming in to start a conversation with you to try and understand how well did you manage to understand this conversation, this goal setting series with Mrs. M. I know we've done one session earlier, starting early this year around January with Mrs. M again. And I wanted to find out, to check with, I just want 5 people who volunteer to answer some of the questions that I will ask in this discussion segment. My first question, not question as such, but I just want 2 guys or 2 girls, any who is on the platform would like to share their testimonials, how they've benefited from the goal setting series with Mrs. M that we did early this year. If you have anything that you have achieved, the short-term goals that you have achieved, and you are free to, you would like to share with the team, please raise your hand so that we can give you an opportunity to share any achievements so far. If you are on the track you haven't achieved, but you are on the right track, you are so confident that you are towards achieving your goals, please raise your hand and share. I just want 2 people who give me the testimonials on how they are implementing their goals as guided by Mrs. M during the ABC's goal setting series that we did early this year. I'm looking for the hands in the chat box because we are all here. If you follow the recipe that you were given to be successful in your life, how far are you? If you are free to share with us how far you are. Maybe I'll start with Benuda. If while you are still thinking about raising your hands, feel free to raise your hands and we'll ask the technical team to unmute. Benuda, can you please tell me any testimony that you have concerning your goal setting?
All right. So one thing that I struggled with was writing my goals down. I'm that kind of a person who is very ambitious, but I'll just say, I want to do this, I want to do this, not writing it down. But through the session that we had with Mrs. M on goal setting, I had to write my goals down. And one of the testimonies that I have, beginning of this year, I was like, in my climate activism journey, I'm not gonna do anything without partnering with United Nations, Zimbabwe Youth Council, the Ministry of Environment, and I'm not gonna go to them. They have to come to me, and it happened. Honestly, I just received a call from the Zimbabwe Youth Council. We would like to partner with you on the climate activism, this part, this. Then I started partnering with those people, and it's been quite a wonderful journey because the plans that we're working on, I'm not doing it by myself. I'm doing with those people that I really wanted to do it. And it's only because I get to write that down and it's happening right now. And I'm very happy about that.
Congratulations. You recently, you were awarded, I'm forgetting the title of your award you got recently from Ignite.
Climate activism, People's Choice.
With you? People's Choice Award from Ignite. That's an interesting achievement. You can only do that when you have your goals straightly laid down and you are following up on your goals. That's an interesting achievement. Thank you so much for sharing that. I will pick on a few guys because you don't want to raise your hands, but I know we were all enjoying the goal setting series. Maybe some of you are shy, but I will definitely pick on you. If you don't raise your hand, you know I'm after you. Stein, would you like to share with us any achievements so far? Tell us if you are doing goal settings and if your goals are on track, what have you achieved so far? Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Tondoy. Good afternoon, everyone. Unfortunately, I can't switch on my video. But okay. This year I failed one of my modules. I was doing engineering mechanics 2. Then I failed the module. The reason why I failed is because I didn't plan properly my study timetable. Then I had to refer back to a BC Prosperous for Minds Facebook channel. Then I had to plan for this module. Guess what? After planning, I managed to get a distinction in that module that I failed. But I managed to get a distinction because I had to plan properly. And I want to thank Ms. M for the goal setting series.
Wow, interesting. Thank you so much for sharing that. There are so many students who are logged in on this platform. They just walk straight into the examination without any planning. Like we are moving towards the end of the year. Next year, they are going maybe for their 4th year, for 2 semesters. There is no planning at all. They just go to school, wait for the exams without any planning. Most of them, we will see with them nezvishiri vachibururuka without proper plans. Thank you so much for sharing that it was through planning that we were able to achieve your distinction. The last person that I will call on to share with us how goal setting series has managed to help them. Praise Shito, would you like to unmute and share with us? Either Praise Shito or Emelda, any one of you, if you can just quickly unmute and share with us.
There's someone who have raised their hand. I'm not sure. Melissa from MSU, you can check with them as well.
I'm also seeing So would you like to say something? So is unmuted and is not saying anything. Melissa, if you can raise again your hand so that you are unmuted, we see where you are so that we can unmute you.
Good day, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, we can hear you clearly. You can go ahead.
Okay, so all along, I always knew that I was a speaker. I was an eloquent speaker. But I didn't know how I could brand myself and be a speaker that is known out there. But through this goal setting series, I managed to sit down and speak with the inner self as to who I wanted to work with, who I was targeting, what I intended to do, why I wanted to do so, and how I intended to do so. So I started by volunteering a lot when I was on attachment, different organizations, facilitating capacity development, Then a friend of mine was starting a project, the Shanda Movement. I'm wearing their brand, Shanda Movement. It is a project which is run by young entrepreneurs. So they just asked me to do advertisements for them, of which I did. Then sometime this year, I got a call from Tinashe, the founder of York Africa. He asked me to go and facilitate on an event that he was hosting. From there, I have been having different invitations to go to different conferences, to go to different symposiums. It's either I'll be there as a delegate or I'll be there as just a facilitator. So this goal setting series was not only something that managed to help me in my personal development, but it also brought in something that I never thought of, the thing called branding. I decided to rebrand myself. I differentiated Melissa Nemangwe and Melzokwa Nemangwe. Melzokwa Nemangwe, the brand. So each time that I go out, if I want to speak, if I want to interact, I always think of the steps and the goals that Mrs. M taught us. So it has been marvelous for me.
Wow, thank you so much, Melissa, for sharing that. The reason why I'm asking you this is so that you inspire the other guys who didn't manage to participate, and also inspire those who participated, never followed up on this goal setting series. Honestly, whenever you put your pen down and write down your goals, 60-70% you achieve everything that you have written down. Thank you so much, Melissa, for sharing that. I saw someone who had raised their hand. They are no longer there, but I'll ask the second question here. I want participation from all of you guys, because you were part of this series and we just did the recap. Mrs. M shared with us some of the 7 areas that Zig Ziglar talks about, where you can set your goals around. And these areas, I will not tell you. I just want to find out if you were carefully listening and understanding this goal setting series. By so doing, you'll be able to recap and understand more and more. I want any 2 guys who raise their hands and share with me these 7 areas, but you can share 3 areas and maybe give practical examples. Like if it's career, I just pick this. If it's career, you say, for me, my career goals are 1, 2, 3 as examples. Just list 3 areas and just briefly summarize them and give examples of how you are pursuing those areas. Anyone who can do that, who is clever enough to raise their hand, we can actually see people who are doing their goals on this platform, because when you raise your hand, you share with us, we know you are doing something. But if you keep quiet, 413 people connected on the platform, they don't say anything, it means you are not doing enough, or we are not giving you enough. But I'm sure we are giving. Mrs. M just gave you enough tools so that you prepare your life, you plan your life, you channel yourself for success. Anyone who would like to share that, raise your hand, please. I will pick on you if you don't raise your hand. Alec, would you like to share something?
There's also Tobias, Mr. Ray. Tobias, Chivandaidze.
Let me start with Tobias. Tobias, would you like to start, then Alec?
Good afternoon, family.
Good afternoon, Tobias.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. I also want to share with you, but I will share on 3 areas. I managed to do something in line with the goal setting in my life. So the first area I want to share with you is the youth. I was very much embraced, and I was challenged by Miss M's goal setting series. So one of the things I always wish to improve in my life is my health. So I find it difficult. What exactly I must do first? What is the thing I can do in order to improve my health? So I want to share with you this simple thing I managed to do. So this time around, I'm doing my attachment at Trojan Mine, which is in Bindora. So we used it to after finishing our work, we used to go on the nearby road. Then we wait there for cars from many of the workers who would be coming out of the company premises. Then we stop those cars. We ask them, can you take us home? But where I used to stay this time around, it's very close. It's about maybe it's 2 kilometers. So I said, and I committed myself that this time around, I want to walk every time. I'm not going to ask everyone because it will be a benefit to my health. So this was my very simple goal. But as time moves, I find out that there's an improvement in my health. My strength, you know, at times I used to feel very tired after working, but it was something like a regular exercise I've implemented in my life. So that's one other thing I can share with you in the area of health. Then also in the spiritual area of my life, you know, I when Miss M shared with us how we can set long-term goals and short-term goals in the spiritual area of my life, I found it necessary that I should set a goal. I should try and improve the way I used to do it all along. Yes, I'm a believer. Yes, I go to church, but I wanted to improve. So I managed to set two long-term goals in the spiritual area of my life. So the first goal I made was to make sure that I go through the New Testament part of the Bible, so that if I can make sure that in 1 month time I should be through. So I started reading my Bible. I had to make my smaller timetable. So every time before I sleep, from 8 to 7:30, I make sure that I go through a certain book in the New Testament. So I started with the first book, is Matthew, and I was moving till I was done. This time around, I'm done with the New Testament. Then the third thing, or the third area of my life, I managed to set another goal. Is my career. As I said before, currently I'm doing my attachment. So I was thinking what exactly I can do in line with my career. So I find out that most of the students, according to the system of our university, they are doing their dissertations, their projects in their final year. So I told myself, this can be my goal. This is not a good thing because there will be a lot of pressure during my final year. How can I do it? How can I use this opportunity of goal setting to try and improve and make sure that I will not be caught in this pressure in my final year? So I told myself, right, I'm going to do my research. I find my topic. I start working in my on my topic during my time of when I'm doing my attachment. So I did it. I managed to select my topic. After selecting my topic, I wrote my proposal, and at the moment I am still doing some progress towards my research project. So I can these are the only three areas, and these are just a simple thing as I've managed to do in these 3 areas of my life in line with the goal setting series. Thank you.
Wow, interesting. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's so interesting. I mean, you are focused, you want to be healthy physically and spiritually, and that's more important, especially the spiritual part of it. Once you are healthy spiritually, all other areas are going to be smooth. Thank you so much for sharing your spiritual goals and the progress, the significant progress that you have made in that area. A few comments from the chat box. Someone said their network is very bad, but she wanted to share that achievement. She was struggling to balance her studies and basketball, but Mrs. M's teaching managed to help her to start playing for the club and also passed with 4 credits. Interesting. Tapiwa Nyao, that was Sami Moyo. And then Tapiwa Nyao said, family is very unfortunate that it's very unfortunate that I can't unmute, but he's also sharing that last semester, she had quite a number of goals, at least to get 4 distinctions out of 6 modules, and she's happy that she managed to have 4 distinctions, and a 2-1 and a 2-2. Interesting. Then the last one is from, they are coming, there is Luke Wongwe, who is saying, goal setting worked for my finances. I kept writing down my targets. I would make sure to stick to my monthly targets and not to over exert myself in obtaining the money. Basically, the whole concept of writing down goals that are achievable and being consistent when working towards them. When I've learned at times, it might take a bit longer than you expected, but then readjust your methods, just take a break and get new perspective, then success will be guaranteed. Thank you for sharing that. Then Memory Mushapure said, spiritual. I set a goal that I have to read the Bible chapter, a Bible chapter daily from any book in the Bible. This helped me to make a habit that I cannot go to bed before reading the Bible. Thank you so much for sharing that. You can keep sharing in the chat box and also raising your hands to unmute. I will give only 2 people who are lucky an opportunity to say something. The first one is Tobias. You're the one who was saying that, right? Tobias, did you manage to unmute?
Yeah, that's him was talking.
Thank you so much for that, Tawonga. Anyone who would like this opportunity to share? While we are doing that, the last question I wanted to ask was, anyone who is free to share, to categorize their goals here on this platform into the 3 major categories that were shared by Mrs. M. Just list 2 goals, your short-term goals, that is 12 months to 24, your medium-term goals, 3 to 5 years, then your long-term goals. Anyone who would like to do that quickly? This is a boring class, honestly. 423 people. You can't find anyone who would like to raise their hand.
We have Christine, and Nyarai is ready to talk.
Christine, then Nyarai.
Good afternoon, family. Hello,
Anyone
can you hear me?
Who is helping them to unmute?
Can you hear me? Good afternoon, family.
Yes, we can hear you. You can go.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so my name is Christian Kelly. I'm at Binfa University for University and Science Education. In my 4-1, we just ended our 4-1 this month. So next year we'll be going off for 2. So actually, my short-term goal.
Anything from my end? Benuda, can you hear anything?
Yes, I can.
All right. I think that's my network then.
But now I can't. So I'm not sure if he had stopped speaking or.
Okay, should I proceed? Are you hearing me?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can proceed, sir.
Okay. So my short-term goal is one of.
That's okay. Thank you so much for that.
Was to acquire a professional license.
If there is no one who would like to.
Hi, Mr. Tondoi.
Yes, Benuda.
I'm not sure what's going on with his network, but I can hear him. I can hear you as well, but you can't hear him.
Okay, let's allow him to say something, then I will come in. Thank you.
Okay. So one of my two short-term goals that I set was to at least pass my studies this semester, and fortunately we had modular system introduced at Bindura University this semester. So I actually passed my first 3 modules, which I can say it is a short-term goal that I set and I'm towards achieving it. Then the other one was to get a license. Right now, I passed and got my professional license, which is a good, which I can say it's a positive contribution or positive impact that I have towards my short-term goals that I set. So my mid-term goals were to interact more with my family. I'm that type of a person that would just go to school. I spend my whole semester. Maybe I just come back home, a swim break. Then that is that. Then we'll see each other after we close for our holidays. So actually, this semester and maybe in the next 2 years to come, I set my objective that I should at least visit home once every 2 weeks. And to be honest, this semester I've managed to do that. So it's a positive thing. Then another mid-term goal is to set a habit that I should always go out there, reaching other people, and maybe engaging other organizations or helping others who I need. So actually, this semester, I managed to do that. I came back home. Then there was this small orphanage which is just started back home in Rushinga. So I went there, participated. Then after I went back to school, we were privileged that we had to go to SOS orphanage as a high life fellows at Bindura University, and I managed to do that as well and add add to my bag is one of my achievements towards my mid-term goals. Then my long-term goals is to acquire a citizenship maybe outside the country. Right now, I've been working so tirelessly, and I've been going from embassy to embassy, dropping my papers and stuff like that. Then obviously to invest back home. So I'm starting small projects, maybe even if I have to leave Zimbabwe or I have to go to another country, I'll just fly back. I'll just help fellow global leaders. I'll just help other children who are in need. So thank you. So yeah, those 6, I think I say 6. So those 6, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Christian. That was quite interesting. I was just listening carefully, and your goals, they are in the all aspects, which are the 7 areas that Mrs. M shared with us. And I hope someone is inspired with what we have shared. Over to you, Mr. Ray Clements. Okay, so we can go on to Nyarai. Nyarai Seda.
Okay, thank you, Tawanga, for giving me this opportunity to say something, and also good evening, family. Good evening, everyone who is connected on this platform. So today I have three areas that I need to share. Like I have health, I have set health goals, social goals, and then spiritual goals. On the social goals, my long-term goal is to become the best philanthropist. So in order for it to be realistic, I had to break it down into smaller parts for the goal to be attainable. So I told myself that by the end of the year, I should have helped quite a number of people in my community and in my society. So currently I'm not working, but during this year, I actually managed like to help my church members, like giving them clothes in which I could no longer fit, even those, the ones that I like. So I managed to achieve that. And also I managed that, hoping that I will actually reach to the long-term goal of becoming the best philanthropist, because whenever I set my goals, I'm not a self-centered person. I consider other people. So, and I'll go on to the spiritual goals. On the spiritual goals, I had set a goal that I just wanted to be, I prayed to God that I may become a strong tower that cannot be shaken, like for the end of this year. And also I had set a goal that like concerning other people, that we should win more souls, like having me contributed to that goal. So the course of action that I took in order to achieve the goal of becoming spiritually strong is that I usually connect on the prayer platform, so that as I connect on that 24-hour prayer platform, I can be uplifted. And also in order to help other people, like for us to win more souls, like on the platform, even in my church, I read the Bible every day and I pray to God so that I get to know him better, so as to help other people to reach to that goal, to win more souls. And then on the career, I had set a goal that I wanted to have all distinctions in level 2, but I mean 4-2, but unfortunately I fell sick and I have to go back home. But I'm still working so hard so that I can go back to school and achieve that goal, that short-term goal of having distinction, and the medium goal was to have a first-class degree and to become an accountant. So I'm still working on that one. And on the area of health, I had told myself that I'm supposed to eat healthy. I'm supposed to change my eating behavior, what I drink. So I'm drinking lots of water, and yeah, I'm eating healthy, and I'm not experiencing health issues like I used to do. So that's what I have for now. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nyarai, for sharing that. That was so comprehensive, and thank you for being vulnerable to share with us your plans, your short-term, medium-term, and long-term goals. Interesting that you learned something from the series. Blessing, I don't know if Blessing has managed to say something.
Blessing can go. No, he didn't say
Would you like
something.
to say something, Blessing? We are
good evening, everyone. Good evening.
Great, thank you. You are the last person we are allowing to say because our time. Yes, you are.
It's okay. Thank you very much. My name is Blessing Peace Masano, one of Ventura University global leaders and intercessors. I'm a 4-1 student doing development geosciences. So I just want to thank Miss Emma Siwa for a goal setting series. It's really of great importance to me. I am very interested in music to such an extent that I've written, recorded, and released my first song titled Higher Life Foundation. So after hearing and attending the sessions by Mr. M on goal setting series, I've set my personal goals as follows. I've categorized my goals in 3, that is short term, mid term, and long term. So under the short term, by the end of 2022, I wanted to be a well-known local musician. Then I also wanted to release at least 15 hit songs by 2021 and shoot at least 5 song videos. Then my mid-term goals were to do a lot of local music collaborations, doing a lot of local live shows, and receive some NAMA awards. Then my long-term goals were to becoming a well-known international music, doing a lot of music international collaborations, organizing and doing more international live shows. So when I released my song titled Dial Foundation, my main dream was for Miss M to hear the song, but fortunately, this year around May, the song reached out to Miss M. Then she instructed Pastor Menashe so that we can make a video for the song. Then then Pastor Menashe called me and
I think we lost you because of network. Thank you so much for sharing that. I think you had managed to cover that. You had short-term, medium-term, and long-term goals, and they were clearly structured. You knew exactly what you wanted to achieve. Thank you so much for that. I think you have to type in the chat box the testimony, how you have managed to progress with shooting your video. Thank you so much for that. Because of time, I know this is an interesting session. Most of you are now feeling like you are being left out because we have so many things to share, but sorry, today we cannot manage the 377 of all of you are connected on this platform. So I think with the few who managed to share with us how they are implementing some of the things that they learned from the goal setting series that ABCs did for us, my key takeaways is everyone who put their pen to paper and write something will achieve something. But if you relax and fold your arms and say, things will come my way just like on a silver platter, honestly, it's very difficult, or you have haphazard goals that are not written down. So I'm encouraging you to go back, especially now we are moving towards the end of the year. Look at the things that you had planned. If you had your goals written down, go and look at them and reflect on the areas that you have achieved, and also look at those areas that you didn't achieve, and ask yourself, what could be the problem? What could be the stumbling block that stopped me from achieving this goal? When you do that, it means next year you know the hindrances that you are supposed to deal with before you proceed with your goals. I think we are on the right track. Most of you have interesting goals and are achieving so much. Thank you so much for being vulnerable and sharing some of your goals with us here. May I, at this point in time, thank Mrs. M for sharing with us, for taking time from a busy schedule to prepare something for us and sharing with us on goal settings. Most of us have been seriously transformed. I will be honest with you, I've been transformed with this goal setting series. May I, at this point in time, hand over to our best MC, Tawonga. Tawonga, over to you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ray. That was a very wonderful session, and I think we should just continue. What do you think? We should just continue the session because I also wanted to share my goals, but anyway, I'll share next time. Thank you everyone who shared their goals, their short-term, medium-term, and long-term goals. I was inspired, to be honest with you, and I hope that I'm going to write all of the goals that I want to achieve in 2023 and beyond, so that I'll be able to achieve them, and I'll also be back to share with you guys. And we're looking forward to hear more from you. If you really want to share and you think that you didn't get the chance and you really want to share, you can as well reach out to us. We'll be there for you. Thank you very much for connecting once again. Remember to like, comment, and share Young and Dynamic post on Facebook page and the Sasai channel. Also remember to like, comment, and share ABCs for Prosperous Minds. Just like what we're having a sessions from ABCs for goal setting from Mrs. M. So please do like, subscribe, comment ABCs for Prosperous Minds on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. Global Intercessors platform is open 24/7. Remember to connect anytime to pray for yourself, your family, and the nation of Zimbabwe. Young and Dynamic continues next week. Same place and same time. See you then.